Hey guys, this week's episode is being brought to you by Quip. Quip is the new electric toothbrush that cleans like premium electric brushes, but without the high price, it packs the right amount of vibrations into a slimmer design at a fraction of the cost of bulkier traditional electric brushes. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you'll get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's right, you refill them. That's a thing that you do with your teeth. I'm just letting, okay, because some of y'all forget. That is right, your first refill pack. It's free. getquip.com/theread is where you can go to get it. That's getquip.com/theread. Brush your teeth, make them nice. Now let's start the show. $50 million? Man, who you think you kidnapped? Chelsea Clinton?
Ooh, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
Rush Hour.
You fucking witch.
You're so mad. You're so mad. Ooh, you're pissed.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're mad.
Well, I had plenty of quotes to follow that. Just in case,
well, I mean,
I was willing to play fair.
Rush Hour I have seen multiple times.
I know.
All of them. So
right.
I'm very proud of myself this week.
You should be.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good. Well, welcome back to everybody to the show. I'm Chris Tucker.
And I am Jackie Harry.
I see what you did there. This is The Read. Thanks for returning with us for another episode of Black Foolishness.
Yep, that's what we do.
It's been quite a few days here. 7 of them, I believe. So,
Facts.
Let's just jump right into the Black excellence of the week. First of all, shout out to a young man by the name of Stuart Lockett. Stuart Lockett is the first Black student government president that Louisiana State University has seen in nearly 30 years.
My God.
Yes, indeed. It says here on one of my favorite websites because of them, We Can, which I was introduced to by your
backpack.
Festive backpack.
That backpack.
Which I still don't
It's
have
everything.
I need to. Anyways. So it says here that he decided to run for student government president while he was completing, get this, a medical fellowship in Budapest.
You know, as one does.
You know, just as a thing that you do
right.
before starting full-on medical school.
I'm not even entirely, what is that? Eurasia? Where is Budapest exactly? Hungary. Oh, okay. I know where that is too.
In my tummy. That's the only... I could not point to a single map.
Listen, geography has always been one of my worst subjects.
I hate it.
Hungary is in Central Europe. Okay.
I figured.
Cool.
Over there.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Somewhere.
Well, the point is that
Stuart
is a bad son of a something, and he's now running things over at LSU as their student government president. Also, meanwhile, if you shift your view over to the University of Cincinnati, there is a young woman there by the name of Sina Habtaselassie.
All right now.
I hope I said that right, girl.
Yeah.
I really, we did the research.
I looked it up, right, and that's what the man on YouTube said. So hopefully that is correct.
Well, she's a beautiful Black woman who is the first African-American woman to be that school's student body president.
Okay. And what you said, Cincinnati?
University of Cincinnati.
All right.
And that is a 199-year-old school. God damn, these colleges and universities.
Well, that I am not surprised
I mean,
by
yes,
at all,
these shits are elderly. But shout out to awesome young Black youth who are out here in the world of academia, running things and being taken seriously and setting examples and things. You're awesome.
Yes, go y'all.
Congratulations to Regina King on her Emmy.
And for getting on stage and saying, say word.
Yeah.
That was the absolute best part of the whole night.
So much. Leslie Jones was so excited for her. She just brings me so much joy, that one. RuPaul's Drag Race won a bunch of Emmys.
It's true.
So to that I say, congratulations to all of the amazing drag queens who have brought us back season after season after season to watch that show. Y'all are what we've come back and forth for every single season, and y'all pretty much alone. So thank you so much for being so entertaining, and congratulations to y'all, especially season 10, because I believe that was the specific season that was nominated.
Yes.
So all of you girls, you should feel great and pat yourselves on the back.
All of you who have been cast members on Drag Race should consider this a win.
Yeah, absolutely.
For you.
Because you made this.
Especially those of you who have been derided on the show and by its host, but are still used in all the promotions for it. Because what? The show is nothing without you girls.
Well.
So there.
Well.
And you can take that wherever it applies.
Next question. Did I have another? I felt like I think I'm forgetting someone.
Oh, are we?
I said all the Negroes.
Thandie Newton won as well.
Oh, that's right. That's right, for Westworld.
I'm trying to think, because they gave all the black people their awards the week before.
Right.
So we didn't win anything on camera.
You're allowed to come in and hold it at the other one.
I mean, you got to come pick it up.
Yeah.
And they told feel free to bring it to the ceremony. So you can walk around at the after party with it in there, so everybody knows you're one of the girls. Right.
I mean, I would honestly make mine into a chain.
I mean, the thing is, y'all wouldn't see me without my Emmy for probably at least 2 months. I'm just going to casually have it everywhere. So.
I would just... Honestly, I would adorn it to the hood of my car like a Rolls Royce.
No, because somebody will take that.
They're going to have to fight me for it first.
Take that. So yeah, anyway, congratulations to everybody who isn't white and cis and straight who won something.
This week on a section called, oh my gosh, I got so many great suggestions for this past week. Hot tops. And the big comfy bottoms.
My favorite bottoms.
I mean, the best kind, to be honest with you.
Right.
Lord knows. Where do we even begin this week?
Has it been a lot?
It's been a few interesting things.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. I've mostly been playing PlayStation 4 and writing.
I was in Houston for my birthday in Beyonce, so... Saw
that.
I have been recovering from On the Run 2 in Houston, which... Oh, bitch.
Wow.
When I talk about a wig snatch, it's going to be seeing Beyonce in Houston is like eating Popeyes in New Orleans. You know,
that makes sense.
Everybody says it's better there.
Yeah.
Even though it's good everywhere, it's the exact same thing. Like, Beyonce is phenomenal, but what she did in Houston, Texas over the weekend changed my life.
Seems like giving back.
I just can't say enough good things.
You have to acknowledge your roots.
If you are fortunate enough to still have a date left on this tour, she's coming near you. Like, bitch, you better not miss it.
I'm going again.
Damn. Okay, anyway.
So, this week, where should we be? Okay, Portia Williams is pregnant. I'm guessing that she's letting us know this now
because there's a new season coming up.
There's a new season coming up, and this is probably the time. I've heard that they're already on their, towards the end of season girls trip.
Okay.
That they always do.
Right.
Which is like, why do we always still do this thing where it's like, oh, I'm starting a new line of flip-flops. And I realized that I had to go do some business research.
Right. It's always business research.
In Croatia. Let me invite everybody I hate.
Right.
What?
To come with me on this very important trip.
And it's like a whole bunch of shows, especially the shows with
all of them.
A large female cast.
All of them do that.
They all do this.
Married to Medicine. They stay going on trips and arguing. Like, it's literally every reality
Malaysia
show.
Pargo just threw an entire table at Jennifer Williams in Amsterdam.
Oh, yes, I did see that thanks to y'all, because I have not watched Basketball Hours in a long time, but y'all had that shit on my TV and I could not believe it.
Talk about upper body strength. I wasn't even
mad at her. Who fights in Amsterdam?
I mean, right? You should be so high that you don't even care.
Amsterdam's the most chill-ass place.
They're tired of Jennifer.
Oh, my God.
Anyway,
I don't get it. Yes.
Portia has announced that she's pregnant. She spoke to People magazine about it, saying how excited she is. She posted her little bump on the gram already. She says that she is a little scared because she did suffer a miscarriage, I think 6 years ago.
Oh, no. Oh, right. That was a story.
Fibroids.
Well, not a storyline, but that came up on the show.
Right.
Okay.
And is it pronounced myomectomy? I don't know how you say.
I think that's it.
But removing the fibroids,
right.
I believe.
Okay.
And so yeah, just being a woman, my God, how do you do it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you suffer from a miscarriage, which so many women have had to deal with before, and then get pregnant again, and then have to deal with like, oh my God, Jesus, please let everything go straight. Like, it's such a normal thing for so many women, and still so like monumental in terms of like your emotions and shit. So that shit drives me crazy.
Because there's just nothing you can say that is going to make them feel any better.
Right.
Especially if they thought they were at the point where they could like tell people, and it was going to be like the closer you are to your due date, the sadder it is.
Right. Anyway,
so,
I don't even wanna,
this got really dark and now it's sad. So let's move.
But congratulations to her. And I pray for a happy and healthy pregnancy.
Who's the baby daddy?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Is that part of the
I guess we'll find out.
Yes.
Because I don't know her to be in a relationship, but I also find out that people have been in relationships for 6 months, like 6 months later.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, such and such was dating who and what?
Is that because you're not paying attention, or because more people are not putting their business on the internet?
Definitely because I'm not paying attention. What?
Okay, never mind. I was about to say, so maybe your friends are all like growing up and nobody is putting their shit out there anymore. These girls be full on like strapping up and making out on the gram and doing all kinds of things where I'm just like, what exactly? Right.
What exactly inspired this?
Well,
you could have done all of this without a camera or, you know, Instagram.
We'll see whatever happens with Miss Portia coming up on this next season.
Yeah, I just hope that you get super fat and your feet hurt and you just can't wait, and then the baby comes out and it's great and looks just like you.
Yeah.
Next, Dwyane Wade.
Yep.
Dwyane Wade.
That is his name.
Is retiring from the game of basketball.
Oh, okay.
In a very dramatic YouTube video, he stands underneath some light, sort of reminiscent of a stage performance from one of the sister acts.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he just, you know, gives like a really heartfelt speech on, you know, what the game has meant to him and having played so long and, you know, just feelings and emotions. And I didn't watch the whole thing. It was like almost 10 minutes long. And, you know, I barely even fuck about basketball, much less someone who I barely pay attention to playing. And it's like, I was just like, oh, sad, whatever. And, you know, like,
whatever.
Which he just re-signed with.
Right. I'm saying, so this retirement is coming after this season?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is his final contract, I believe he just signed. So he's closing things out in the 305.
Okay. Good for him.
Which I'm sure that my daddy and brothers will be super excited about because they live for this nigga. I feel like my younger brother has like a life-sized decal in his room of Dwyane Wade, from which at this point it has to be awkward. He had that when he was like a baby. I was like, what? Now you're like a grown-ass man. Maybe it's not even still there. I haven't been in his room in a minute.
You are so stupid.
But anyways, yeah, so
that's great.
This should be an interesting season for fans of the Dwy and for the Heat.
Yeah.
I'm just, you know, maybe I'll actually watch.
No, you won't. We all know better than that. Good for him. You know, he's had a great career and now he can go be a daddy and husband and focus on those things or whatever else is next for him. I don't know. I don't have nothing bad to say about Dwyane Wade. I keep wondering why he won't just move that. Why? But
that's the name his mama gave him and he is proud of it. And you will call him by his name.
You're right.
Dwyane.
See, that's the thing though. If you call him Dwyane, you will be corrected.
Oh.
Even though you are kind of correct.
But that's what it spells.
But it don't matter. It don't matter. You can't tell somebody what their name is.
Well.
Just like Oprah's name was supposed to be Orpah, but they misspelled it. So Oprah stuck?
No.
How?
Because Oprah is spelled and pronounced Oprah.
Okay, you're right. If it was spelled Oprah but pronounced Orpah, everybody would be like this.
This name looks like a typo.
Okay, all right. No, you're right. That's a valid point.
But hey, Dwyane is rich. and successful and beloved.
And, 36 years old and retiring. So just, you could just remember
you can rest
after a career that he loved and got to travel the world and see all kinds of amazing.
Gabrielle Union.
He's married to Gabrielle Union, right?
Get into that.
What? Please.
The one and only Mary Jane. What did you think? So, congratulations to him. Hopefully you at least make it to the playoffs and finals, because I do be watching those sometimes. But paying attention to a full however many months of the same sport every night, my God, the boring.
You're so cute.
Well, then I read, also happening in basketball, that Space Jam 2 seems to really be a thing.
Yes.
Starring LeBron James, and now Ryan Coogler producing.
Ryan Coogler.
Wow, you didn't have to do that.
I have to every time I hear his name.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this.
You don't like it? I love it.
Do children even care about Looney Tunes today?
Well, I think that's the thing. It's not going to... What we saw back then was perfect for our time. It's going to have to be updated. It'll be animated characters maybe that kids care about, or animated characters that have been adapted for 2018. You see what I'm saying? It won't be the same.
But how can they not do Looney Tunes? That's what Space Jam was.
Okay. Well, see, I don't know if it's a legal thing where they have to use the same characters. Is it a
Warner Brothers?
Is it a
movie?
Warner? Right. If it's a Warner Brothers movie, then I'm sure it will be Looney Tunes. But regardless, I don't know.
I do not want to see no motherfucking LeBron James in Adventure Time.
What?
Or whatever the fuck else. LeBron James and
I don't know Adventure Time.
That blue bird and the beaver or the raccoon.
I'm excited for this movie. I'm going to see it.
What? He's a raccoon. I don't know.
No, you don't know how you feel about it. Damn.
I don't know. Distributed. Well, the first one was definitely distributed by Warner Brothers. I don't know anything about, whether or not it's going to involve the actual Looney Tunes in the second one. I'd imagine that kids will probably want to go see it anyway, just because LeBron James and cartoons. So
yeah, I definitely went to see the first one because of Michael Jordan, not because of no damn cartoons.
I went to see it because Bugs Bunny was in it.
Oh. Absolutely not. I went because Air fucking Jordan was in that movie.
I didn't give half a fuck about Michael Jordan.
See, two Americas.
Just did not care. Obviously I knew who Michael Jordan was, and he was this the greatest basketball player ever, and oh my God. And so I understood the epicness of whatever it was, but I was more excited to see the Looney Tunes play basketball with a basketball player than Michael Jordan is in a movie.
Oh, okay.
Because who the fuck cared about what?
Yeah, I didn't care about a bunch of animated characters playing basketball. I thought that was so weird.
His quote unquote people who played his children.
Right. No, I get it. So, I think LeBron James will be the selling point for this, regardless.
Yeah, LeBron is, well, yes.
100%.
LeBron is 1,000% the selling point of this. And I'm excited to see what it turns into. Either way, whether it's the Fairly Odd Parents and SpongeBob and LeBron or Looney Tunes, I think that it's gonna...
ooh, that would be fun.
I'm gonna love the one that existed when I was a child more. Because the comedy and the jokes, things that kids find funny, when the age that I was when Space Jam came out, those kids today that are that age were raised by iPads.
Right. So, maybe I hope that they have it in the budget to maybe pay the licensing fees to use some really popular current cartoon characters in this movie too. Maybe if they have to reach out to different networks and be like, hey, we want the Dora the Explorer to make a 2-minute appearance in this movie or something. How much would that cost or whatever?
I could see them doing something similar to a Ready Player One or a what's her name? Wreck-It Ralph, and have the Looney Tunes and then mix in what the way that they have cameos from all kinds of characters.
Yes.
I could see the Looney Tunes being the main team, and then you have appearances from other characters that they can get, because I'm sure they'd be able to pay a couple of them fees or whatever. But either way, even if it's the best movie for kids today, I'm gonna like the original Space Jam more. Even though I have little to no emotional connection to Michael Jordan. I like LeBron James more than Michael just because of the school shit.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I can't argue with LeBron James, giving back and giving a fuck about the community. Cannot argue with that, especially considering exactly how much money Michael Jordan has made off of niggas. It is an astounding dollar amount.
I don't even want
it
to
is just insane. And he has not given back a tenth of what LeBron James has. So I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying to grow up in the era of like Michael Jordan becoming this basketball superstar, it was like, you'll never see nothing like this again in your life.
That's how I felt when Spice World came out.
Okay. That's how I felt when I saw the Rhythm Nation video. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I didn't have the language for it, but I was like, I stand. I loved Janet Jackson.
Terrence Nance, the creator of Random Acts of Flyness, is directing the film I read. So lots of blackness in one place.
Yeah, cool.
Maybe Lola Bunny will start her rap career and take on the likes of Nicki Minaj. Oh my God,
Lola Bunny has to be like an Instagram thought.
She's just got to.
She has to be the Instagram thought that everybody wants and that they're arguing over.
They made this like, I'm so childish for knowing this, but they made this this Looney Tunes show that came on like not too long ago. I was fully grown by now, but it was almost like a Seinfeld. Like it was like they lived, like Bugs and Daffy were roommates. And they all had like regular jobs and shit. It was like Curb Your Enthusiasm, but Looney Tunes.
Oh my God.
And Lola was on it and she was like an idiot. Like she was kind of ditzy.
I've never heard of this.
I don't know. I'm sure it has like some regular ass Looney Tunes name or something like that. But it was actually a genuinely funny cartoon because it was like, I could see kids finding it funny and adults finding it funny. But anyway, I'm interested in seeing what my girl Lola has been up to after she walked into that basketball gym in the 90s and gagged each and every one of the girls.
She did.
With her shape and talent.
She did it.
What else? So, New York Fashion Week. It's just about wrapped up. I'd be forgetting every year that there shit is like New York Fashion Weeks.
Yeah,
it's not just one week.
Right. It is like Fashion Month.
Yeah, it's a long event.
And I don't have nothing to do with any of it.
Well, I believe it's over now. And one of the fashion shows that I watched, well, it's really the only one I watched. I saw photos from a bunch of them. But the one I looked at was Rihanna's Savage Fenty lingerie showcasing. So I believe you can still go to YouTube and watch the show. It's like maybe 20 minutes or so. Mm-hmm. That bitch has got some creative direction on her fucking side.
She does.
Did you see it?
Not the whole thing. I basically just watched for Slick Woods because I heard she was in labor during the show.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's basically all that I paid attention to was her because I'm obsessed. But yeah.
Basically, this fashion show looked like Wakanda for women who have escaped the mental and emotional imprisonment of fuckboydom.
Oh, I need to be here.
What I really loved about it was there was just so many offerings of things to put your tits into, from like, a more simple bra and panty set, various colors and designs and things like that, to, I'm ready to be fucked now. Mm-hmm. To, I'm not entirely sure what this is, but bitch, I'm going to wear it.
Love it.
To, I'm definitely wearing this to the club, just with some heels, and that's it. And he girls will deal. I loved it. It just felt like...
This is high praise.
Nigga Themyscira, like Wonder Woman's island.
Oh, yes.
It just felt like all of these women were like,
you say that word.
This is where you go, and... you sit in a grotto with Slick Woods and the water gets you pregnant and you give birth to a girl because niggas aren't allowed.
Right.
Never have to deal with nigga shit at all. You braid each other's hair.
Yes.
You drink wine. You make wine. Just
oh my God.
Gorgeous. It was really pretty.
Like in the Gerudo Desert.
You are such a nerd now.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
They have an all women community.
You will
and you have to go outside to find a husband because you can't have one out here, girl.
Kill you.
Yes. If you try to get in, they will literally stab you.
Link had to do drag
to get in. Yes. Did.
And even after he's helped them, save them from the beast.
Right.
You still got to wear your drag to come in here.
Every single time. They don't care. You get a special helmet and everything that their ancestor had. And you know what, bitch? You know what? You still better come dressed.
Put on this fucking crop top.
Put it on. Or you can buy the one that has the heat resistance already. Not the regular one, the other one inside the shop.
Yeah.
I like that one better because it's jazzier. It's a cuter outfit.
It is a cuter outfit.
It's a cuter outfit. So I put that
basic.
Right. As soon as I got the new outfit, I was like, girl, salad.
Rainbow.
Okay.
I hate it. But anyway, don't even remember. Anyway. Yes. The Savage fancy line looked great. Congratulations to Rihanna over there making amazing things. I can't even imagine how wealthy you are at this point. But
and she says she wants to do furniture. Bitch, please.
Right. Now I can get into.
Okay.
I don't have.
Hell yes.
Nothing to put the rest of that stuff in. You know what I'm saying? I want to buy some for those of you who would like it just to spend my money. But furniture?
Yes.
I can definitely do it.
I'm excited. And Solange's line with IKEA need to come on too. Come on, IKEA, quit playing with me.
I just can't imagine having a home with Solange and Rihanna furniture in it.
Right.
I need Janelle Monáe to do it too.
Yes.
Can you imagine like a Janelle Monáe? Like, what is that? What is it called? A chase? That shit you lay out on?
Yes. I can actually.
I would love it.
I want to see the prints. I want to see the fabrics.
So interesting things happened surrounding this fashion show. Like you mentioned, Sleek Woods apparently went into labor on the runway itself.
An icon.
She posted a photo of her up on the runway, looking like it's just normal day.
Yeah.
Me being, I'm
just ultra pregnant.
Black self.
No, mucus plug is softening.
And then in the caption, it's like, this is the face of a woman in labor.
And she just looked, I was in awe. Because I just know.
Bitch, what the fuck do you mean? And
right. What? If my cramps are too bad, then I'm not even upright. And she's just
she's just posing.
Got to give birth, y'all.
Smiling.
But real cute outfit first.
Showing you the gap.
Oh,
the legs.
I love her.
I can't imagine.
Man.
They said she got up off there and immediately went to the hospital.
Right.
And now her baby
Gave
boy's
birth,
here.
Yeah. And that was that. What a birth story, right? That little person will forever be able to tell
that
people.
That is sickening.
Bitch.
First of all,
I was actually
your
in
mama's
Rihanna's
already
presence.
Slick Woods,
right?
Like
your
period.
mama's.
There we go.
The uterus you're in already.
I just looking at this child's parents, I'm already like, you are gonna have an upbringing,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Past that, nigga, where your mama tells you when you can process the fact that you went into labor, during this fashion show.
Yes, you took a knock on her cervix and were like, "Girl, we're ready." Right now.
Rihanna about to be a godmama, so there's that.
Oh, man. Did you see her with that little onesie that she had written, like, my auntie is cuter than my mom on it or something like that? She is just... Rihanna is adorable, man.
I love them. I love them for, they're just so cute together.
And I love the way she reacts to the stands now. She used to be, the type to drag you niggas, and I usually got my life from it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But I think Rihanna has reached that, bitch, I'm ultra, ultra famous and I know it and I have adjusted myself and I'm governing myself accordingly.
I mean, she has 18 jobs. So she's probably like, you know what? At this point, I don't even have the energy. Right.
So I'm going to just be, but she's always real polite. The Navy will not leave her alone.
I've seen.
About a new album. Did you see that video where that girl was like, the Navy needs new music? And Rihanna was like, who sent you?
Right. Yes, I did see that. And I've also seen some of those outlandish ass comments.
Oh my God, yes. And her responding to him with calm and grace.
I totally get it.
Thank you so much.
Just as excited as you are.
The thing is, I'm such a bad bitch. This makeup shit that I'm doing is incredible. My panties and bras, bitches love.
Rated R loud. That talk around would have told you to just bite a piece of her puss and fuck off. Right. And we would have loved it anyway.
Suck on this new dick, bitch. And that would have been it.
Shout out to the Navy for loving getting dragged or loved on. The Navy don't care. They just really don't care. They're just happy that bitch exists.
Well, Rihanna, she's a gift.
Also, I heard that one Marc Jacobs was incredibly salty about Rihanna's fashion show because rumor has it that he got bumped from closing out Fashion Week for her. And so then Marc Jacobs' show started late. It was supposed to start at 6, I guess. Rihanna's show was 7:30. And so I guess in spite, they say, that he started it late in order to like hold people up from going to Rihanna's. The gag was there are photos of Marc's fashion show with plenty of empty seats.
Lots of empty seats.
And Wakanda was packed.
See, that's what's funny to me.
Wakanda, packed.
You thought that you could push your show back as far as possible, and that was just going. Like the girls weren't going to be like, sorry, I have to cover Fenty too.
Oh my gosh. Like what?
Like, look, because if I am that reporter or that fashion editor or what the fuck ever, I'm writing down, sat here as long as I could before I had to go get my spot at Fenty, girl.
Exactly right.
I had other shit to do. Marc Jacobs is in his feelings, and
Did
oh well.
the best I could.
I called the junior assistant or whatever. Like, bitch, can you get here in 8 minutes? Because if not, we won't be covering it. Like, that was just petty. And you ended up fucking yourself over. So
Marquisha released an iOS press release that said a whole bunch of shit I don't really understand. But basically it was like, I was supposed to start at 6 and I thought we were going to. And oh my gosh, it was so out of my control. And you guys know that I'm always super prompt and there's just nothing I could do about it. Hey, what are you going to do? Okay, girl.
Yeah. That's the thing. All the fashion people I start talking about are like, Marc Jacobs is actually notoriously prompt. Like, so for you to have a delay and for it to be so long, people just, there's no way that we're going to accept that just so happened to happen at the same time that, you know, you're in your feelings because Rihanna took your spot and closed out Fashion Week. Which, I mean, like, I even understand being upset about it. I don't understand that reaction, though.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, you fucked yourself over. You really thought people weren't going to... She was pushed to the end for a reason.
That happened because of something.
You see how people didn't miss her show to see yours.
You realize that.
Like, oh, man, you know, sometimes life will force you to humble yourself.
I was just... Look.
It will force you. Because being pushed up for her should have been humbling enough, but it wasn't. Marc Jacobs could not see it. He couldn't accept it.
And there's nothing more tasty than a slice of black girl humble pie.
Oh, I do love it. I do love it.
I mean, all Rihanna had to do was what she was going to do anyway.
Right. And that's literally all she did. She didn't worry about whether people were going to be there.
Well, Drake has been having an interesting week. And by interesting, I mean not the best, PR-wise.
Yikes.
So, first there were rumors that Drake was in D.C. during Fashion Week or around the time, courting Jimmy Jam's 18-year-old daughter, who happens to also be a model by the name of Bella Harris. Now, Bella Harris and Drake have a very open Instagram friendship. They have photos together from over the years. One as recently as just last month, it seems, where they're having a close embrace. You know, Drake with Pretty Women likes to, you know, do the right up on the hips hug. You know, where it's just right above
I know that nigga hug.
The ass.
Yeah. It's like they dip down to give you the hug.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a scooping motions, you know.
I do know.
So obviously the girl's gorgeous. She looks like anybody's type, to be honest with you. And Drake's a nigga. And this caption in this photo says, "No place I'd rather be." That's the girl's thing. Again, this child is 18.
Right.
So there was rumors that
Drake is 31.
Drake is 31. Thank you.
We're just gonna let everybody know.
That they had dinner together at some restaurant in D.C. and the girl had to come, not had to, but she came in through the back. They obviously showed up at different times, blah, blah, blah. Drake and his people, or Drake had his people say that they have never dated. They are not dating. She says that she wasn't even in D.C., that she was working in New York for Fashion Week the whole last time. Well, thank you for minding her business. And so far, that is that. What's creepiest about this is that it comes right along the story from Millie Bobby Brown, famous for portraying
Stranger
11
Things.
On Stranger Things.
Right, which is a show I have not ever seen.
So good.
Everybody keeps saying, it's not for you.
Yo, no. Like, You won't enjoy it.
It's the same thing with Handmaid's Tale. I can't watch that either.
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet, but I'm going to. And I'm just glad. You know what? Actually, I'm going to make a point to watch it this weekend because I haven't watched it yet. And somehow I have been able to avoid whatever the fuck it's about. Like, I get...
Oh, I know the premise.
I sort of know that it has to do with this cult or something-ish.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's a cult or not.
I mean, I think I get it.
I do too. I get the basic premise.
Literally have no clue what it's about. I know that them niggas wear that shit on that bonnet and that red shit.
Yes.
And
so do you want me to tell you?
No. Okay. I want to like watch it and have no clue.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then I won't. But you should watch it before this episode comes out because you know the internet will spoil it for you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to make sure that I watch it this weekend.
Oh, okay.
So that one of y'all, because one of you is going to do it.
Right.
And it's always one of you niggas who like means well. It can't ever be nobody that I can cuss out.
Right.
It's always somebody like, oh my God, you're going to love it so much, especially when such and such dies. Like...
Okay, that person doesn't mean well.
No, like, they dead ass. This has happened to me so many times. I swear to God. Like, I don't even know why I told niggas that. The only reason I mentioned the watching The Office is because it's so long.
Right.
You know? But even that, I've had plenty of people. Like, just yesterday, in fact, I said, oh, hey, I'm jumping back into The Office because I took a break to catch up on other shows. And I've already had, like, 3 people be like, oh, my God, wait till you get to this episode that I have not seen yet. So,
well,
I mean, what can you do?
Yeah.
You know?
It is what it is.
Well, Millie Bobby Brown, during the Emmys, mentioned that she and Drake are still good friends. They've had photos together on Instagram before.
Good friends.
Yeah, they have a friendship. They're friends. I suppose he's a fan of her work on Stranger Things, and they've met, I think at one of his shows. And yeah, so
like a celebrity friendship.
Yes.
Okay. Not like we text.
It never it never seemed strange, I think, to
Don't tell
me or many other people. It just seemed like, hey, she's famous, he's famous, she's a fan of him, he's a fan of her, and they've taken a picture together and they are fond of one another as entertainers. And I would like to think that that is exactly what it is. However, she spoke on the Emmys when asked about Drake that, you know, they're friends and that they do text and that he is a great friend and a really good role model and that he has texted like he misses her so much and she says that she misses him more and that he gives her advice on dating.
What?
So, of course, niggas are very creeped.
Yes.
Because why?
Millie Bobby Brown is 14 years old.
She is 13 years old.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, unless she recently had a birthday. But when I read this, it's at 13. So...
No, she's 14.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Okay. So, either way, she's a child.
Right.
She's somebody's
13,
baby.
14 does not make a difference.
That 12 months?
Right.
Really
no,
relevant.
Doesn't matter.
So, like...
Does not matter.
Too young for a 31-year-old man.
That's not even a conversation.
Like,
that's not even a conversation.
So, I mean, here's what...
Okay. I'm uncomfortable. I'll be real. I'll be honest. I'm uncomfortable with
I am really uncomfortable as well.
I am uncomfortable with that.
I would like to believe that Drake would know better than to be texting somebody's child. I don't know. Like, it just...
You would really think that Drake, global superstar, would know that having a text message relationship with a 14-year-old girl is inappropriate.
It seems like, you know, just one of those common
right. And I don't want to
things.
hear like, oh, well, she encourages it and she says, miss you more. And she probably really loves texting Drake.
She's 14.
Of course she does. Drake has been like the rap star of her life. Of course she does.
Duh, girl.
What? That's so fucking stupid, girl. If I was young and Jay-Z was like, yo, I'm gonna call you.
Hello?
Every week. What, bitch?
Like, I don't...
Of course I'm taking my phone call with Jay-Z every week. Don't be dumb.
You have to know that people are going to think that you are showing that girl your Stranger Things are thinking to.
Okay, see,
if
and I'm
we find out, like, you can't... You cannot do... What? Like, I can say I genuinely miss Marseille Martin and her family.
Yeah.
But I don't text that girl. Do not have her phone number. Don't DM her. I speak to her mama.
Right.
Because I'm grown and she grown.
Right. But it would be beyond inappropriate for you to be like, hey, Marseille, let's exchange numbers and then start talking to her about dating and how much you miss her.
Ew.
It's wrong.
Crystal.
It's gross.
Gross. Like, no, I just had a wave
the thought
of nasty.
Right. See,
just thinking about that. Exactly.
So then what is Drake
I'm so
doing?
confused.
Oh, no, I don't like it. I'm sorry. I do not like that
Aubrey.
shit at
all.
I don't like it, Drake. No, because it sounds too much like R. Kelly and niggas who like prey on girls and prime them to be... You know what? I just don't like it.
I just don't like it either.
I do not. So,
I just don't like the sound of it.
Right. I don't like the sound of a grown man texting a little girl.
That's just...
I don't even talk to other people's children in real life.
Listen.
Oh my God. On my way to the studio, I passed a little girl who had the cutest braids. They were regular black at the top, and then she had a ponytail to the side.
He complimented them to her mama.
Let me tell you, because they were ombre, they had pink and purple.
I have done that too.
I was like, yo, that fucking hair. And I walked right past her and I said,
you did that.
That pink and purple girl, that's it. And she was like, thank you. You know why? Because it's inappropriate to talk to people's kids. You know what? I just really pray that it's an industry thing and that I don't know. I don't know how it could possibly be better.
Yeah,
it's gross.
I don't like it.
There's no two ways around it being
I don't
gross.
like it.
You just can't
I don't like it.
Nope.
I don't like it. Ever. Even when I leave Marseille Martin comments on her fucking Instagram, I be assuming her mom is the one reading them. Like, I don't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could never...
like any child, I just don't get it. I don't understand why you, a grown-ass woman, do not want to have a text message relationship with a teenager.
I would look at a teenager, honestly, if you had a 13-year-old or 14-year-old or 15, 16, 12, 11 in here sitting right now, I would look at you and not even know what to say. Like, I don't know. What do we talk about?
What happens in y'all's lives? What are y'all into?
Your earth is so different than mine.
Right.
I don't even know. What do we talk about?
It's just gross. I really do not care for that. I do not care for that in the least.
I don't know what to say about that, Drake. I just think that's weird. What I am going to do is pray over all of this.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask that, God do what needs to be done, because I know that he will.
Yes. I truly, truly hope.
I won't.
That there is nothing disgusting going on here. I will just pray for that, because that is just... It don't look good at all, as far as I'm concerned.
It definitely
Drake is definitely on high watch with me. Like, nigga, you very close to getting all the way the fuck out of here.
How about that?
Yes.
We're not going to throw out no accusations or assumptions. What we are going to do is have both of these eyes
We have them wide open, nigga. Because we have seen this shit before, and we are not ignoring the warning signs. We the grown folks this time.
And niggas are read up. We know all the little signs of grooming and all of the weird
that bullshit.
We have read the shows. We have read the books and the information. Okay? And we know. So
yes,
we on high alert. Don't think just because you famous and rich and things that the girls are stupid out here.
So
put anything past
yes,
nobody.
that's right. No. Okay?
Watching everybody out here.
Shit.
Children. That's like the...
Niggas like Drake count on people making excuses for them and covering up for them because they're so famous and so rich. Right.
Especially when you're talking about women or girls being harmed or disrespected or anything. Because, of course, we're always going to be like, oh my God, he would absolutely never.
See, and that's what he wants you to think.
That's what I want to think.
Music says. Right. I want to think it too. So I don't want to think the worst of Drake, but I will not ignore these blatant ass signs.
The black fuck
I'll be damned if I do that.
I miss you so much.
No, but I'm not making no excuses for a grown man texting a little girl. Sorry,
That's
no.
not your cousin.
Right.
I don't even miss my 13-year-old cousin.
That's really it. Because what do I need to talk to her about that I'm not going to talk to her mama about?
No shade, I hope you're good. I hope you're getting good grades.
I will see that child at Christmas when I had that $20 for her.
This is how I know I'm old.
Yes.
Only thing I could ever think to ask one of them kids is how are your grades?
Yes.
That is it. What else do we talk about?
What grade you in now? 7th? Oh, I remember that.
How's that going?
Oh, yeah, that was
that is just lovely.
That was algebra. Yeah, girl, I struggled. That sort of shit. I don't have nothing else for these kids. Ugh, I don't understand it.
And he's suing some stripper who said that she was, I don't know if she's a stripper, but some girl who said that she got pregnant by him, but she was lying or whatever. Just everybody. Drake is just hopefully speaking to Adonis and having a good Escovitch fish meal and behaving.
Everything is looking bad.
And being attracted to grown-ups.
I mean, I really hope you're out here only touching grown, consenting people. It's literally all I ask. I don't care nothing else. I don't care gender, sexuality,
the only
color.
Dating advice I
don't care nothing.
The only dating advice that I would have for a 13, 14-year-old girl is fuck each and every single aspect of it.
Yes.
Girl, like, what? The fuck? Who's Millie Bobby Brown dating anyway? Well, I guess you could date. I mean, I don't know. Maybe your parents are okay with you going down to, I don't know.
But if you're going to ask me for advice about boys, my first advice is going to be...
Fuck them.
They're so...
I mean, not fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to say that.
Let's just... We are done. I am so uncomfortable. Katt Williams.
Oh my God.
Another one having a rather interesting week.
Jesus. How is it that we were just praising Katt Williams last week and now
are cursed?
We literally cannot have nobody.
It's a curse.
Yeah.
I knew it. I don't even... So, he went on V103's morning show, Frank and Wadna. As if she hasn't been having it enough. Frank and Wanda, Red Brand.
Oh my God, I wasn't ready.
And they're just talking to Katt about, his career and the Emmy and...
all his stand-ups.
Hurrah, hurrah. I watched the full interview.
Okay. I watched about 15 minutes. Most.
Okay. I mean, that's almost the full interview.
Right.
So
I just couldn't take it no more.
It was weird. You know what it felt like to me? It felt like Katt... It felt like so not the greatest past few years as far as PR.
Right. Fighting children in the projects.
Getting hemmed up by children in the projects. Having Hazley publicly claim you.
Talk about a new low.
Fights. Felonies.
Right. Yep, all those things.
Being called a nigger at Target. Or was it Target? Walmart? I don't remember. Someplace. I think it was Target.
I mean, that's happened to most of us.
There's just been more talk of, I feel, Katt Williams drama than Katt Williams comedy lately.
Definitely.
So that's, I feel like that's why it was so great to see him on Atlanta, where he did great. And then to see him win this Emmy, it was like, dope.
Yep.
Yay. Katt Williams. Let us celebrate him again. It felt like, to me, that nigga has been pissed. And he came back in this studio and was like, that is right. Because I don't know if you niggas forgot or not, but I tell jokes and I'm good at it. And I've made a lot of money and I have done more comedy specials than any comic living or dead. Mm-hmm. And I'm better than Kevin Hart and the rest of it. Like, it was just so...
He came out with his dick on the table.
1,000%. So it was already kind of like...
Yeah. He said, y'all don't know that because he owns all of his stuff 100%. Right. None of the networks do, so they don't promote it after the fact. They just pay to air it, basically, which may very well be true.
I don't see why.
But if so, he's keeping a larger percentage of his ducats than the rest of you girls. So,
good
right. And if that means you have enough money to sustain whatever habits you may currently have, because you can't tell me he's sober. I don't know what it is.
That is also a prayer for me tonight.
Yeah. I just don't. No. Sorry. I just really don't think so. So I'm not trying to say, Katt Williams shouldn't be proud of his accomplishments, but it was like he came in with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
But it's a chip that he put there. Like, it literally had nothing to do with anybody else. It didn't. Well, it may have had something. Wanda may have pissed him off, but Tiffany Haddish didn't do nothing. Shit.
So he went on this whole thing about, okay, first of all, let's talk about what he said about the men, because it was a quick few quips on the niggas.
Yes.
He said that Lil Rel was ugly and that Kevin Hart What did he say about Kevin Hart? He said that Lil Rel, Kevin Hart, and Gerard Carmichael were like ugly and they weren't men that women wanted to sleep with, and they were like safe essentially. And that's why they get promoted and they get put in all of these movies and shit like that, which made no sense to me. First of all, I personally don't find any of those men to be ugly, and I doubt that they have trouble with finding women to sleep with.
I do consider one of those men to be ugly, but I'm not going to say which one. And I also doubt that any of them have trouble finding people to sleep with. I really doubt it. So I think that, again, it's like he has this attitude of, I have to be...
I'm the greatest.
The greatest. And everybody needs to acknowledge me as such. And this is why these other bitches ain't me.
And I know what I'm speaking about.
Yes, exactly.
I know everything about the industry of comedy.
Right.
What he said about Tiffany Haddish really got on my damn nerves because, first of all, it wasn't true. And then...
First of all.
On top of that, it was just like... It felt like it was coming from a malicious place. You know, like when he mentioned Monique and the whole Netflix thing, and he was like, you know, Netflix doesn't really have an opinion on stand-up comedy, like, I guess as an art, which makes a lot of sense to me. When you think about how much original programming is on Netflix, I can understand that they're like, here is like on paper everything that we need to see. We don't really care about your opinion. Like, this is what we need. Right. Meet these things and then we can talk about whatever the fuck you talking about. Right. So I can understand what he said, the way that he broke it down and why Monique got that offer. And I felt like I understood it then. I still felt like at the time that Monique was worth more than she was being offered. After the whole Roseanne thing, girl, you on your own. I wish you the best.
I don't have nothing else, unfortunately. Sorry.
But that was like, it was like, that felt harsh when he was like, if people don't take it personally, then they would, you know, get back to work and get your numbers up and stop complaining. And then, you know. Yeah. And I was like, I mean, that's essentially what we said. So I couldn't disagree. I could acknowledge that it was a little harsh. Right. But saying that Tiffany Haddish, like, hasn't proven that she can tell a joke and that, you know, white Hollywood like her because her ex-husband was white, which she isn't, and that she said something about fucking Brad Pitt and...
I mean, who hasn't joked about fucking Brad Pitt? What?
I know I have.
Like, I have.
So, what? I saw Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
I was about to say, especially when Mr. and Mrs. Smith came out, I was like, yo, these people is fucking.
Jennifer Aniston literally lost her man behind that movie.
On camera.
So,
anyway,
either way,
right.
The stuff that he was saying about her just felt like, you know, I have all of these Black comics, these women who I'm friends with or I've had relationships with, and like, why weren't they in the movie? Because they're ugly. Like, it was weird. He said to Wanda, like, you could have done that movie and you didn't, because Tiffany Haddish didn't write her part in the movie.
She shouldn't be credited for it. Right.
She didn't make the movie what it was.
Right. No, he was like, you know, it's just a script and anybody could have came in and did that. Like
all of the scripts that you've recited when you booked jobs, like the script they gave you for Alligator Man, like, did you write Alligator Man? Maybe he wrote Alligator Man.
Maybe he wrote all of Alligator Man's parts by himself. But I thought that writing credit went to Donald Glover.
I don't know.
So, you know, maybe I'm wrong on that.
Maybe we are just
incorrect.
Could be.
So, I'm just saying.
It just felt like so strange to me. And then after like Tracy Morgan, when he did that whole thing, it was like, we're not going to do that.
Oh,
it's not just Tracy Morgan and Tiffany Haddish. And you got to give the craft service
old niggas in their feelings, man.
And she is forever above it. Like,
yes, her response was so graceful.
Matter of fact, let me fucking find it.
It was so good.
It was graceful and funny. Because she felt, you know,
she said, I want to shower you with love.
Because you need it.
Because you need it.
She said, it's official. I made it. She added Katt Williams and said he talked about me and didn't have his facts right. Hashtag I win. Hashtag she ready. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, Katt, when we pick up our Emmys. I just want to shower you with real love because you need it and I love you. So it's like she's just...
So, you know what? The Beyonce effect in your life. That's really it. Beyonce has helped her to just...
After Beyonce herself calms you down from beating
right.
somebody's
it's
ass
like, how
for
can you
Beyonce,
not? Right.
It's like, that is an everlasting piece.
Yes,
that has to
you carry that
forever.
piece with you throughout your day. Yes, I love that. Good for her.
Well, the parts from this interview that really went viral was towards the end of it, where Katt Williams roasted Wanda Smith's ass up like Publix chicken. Like,
oh man, this
now. If you watch,
this went way too far.
The clip that I initially saw on Twitter, which was like, the 2 minutes and 20 seconds or whatever that Twitter gives.
Oh, I didn't think I watched anything that long.
No, there was the first thing that I saw from this interview when I heard about it was the clip of him and Wanda at the end.
Me too.
So that was like 2 minutes long.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see nothing that long. I must have watched a shorter version.
After I watched that, I was like, I need to see everything that happened in that room. And I went back and watched the full interview, and it gave me a little bit more insight. Because, again, he did walk in with his dick on the table, that attitude. Mm-hmm. And at first, I was like, well, Wanda can't be mad at nobody's Katt Williams because she made, a joke about him needing to go to the salon and get his hair done. And he looked at the camera and then looked back like, did she know? Did she know that I would fry her ass up? And that's exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He said, my hair is, what he said, 19 inches with no perm or 9 inches?
Well,
I don't remember that.
I thought he said 19, but either way, that was a lie. You don't have no 19 inches of hair,
he said, come run one of your gnarled fingers through it. And that's when I knew.
Do they have to be gnarled?
Well, he made fun of her jewelry, her blood pressure, her clothes.
That shake and go wig.
That wig. He asked if the wig and the headphones came together, as it said.
That's something else fucked up. Woo, that's fucked up.
Her co-hosts laughed harder than we are. So
True.
I just feel like,
and comedians do this. So
right.
This is not uncommon.
When I watched the full interview, though.
Maybe a little.
When I watched the full interview, I felt like there was this weird tension between them the whole way.
Okay.
And it seemed like both of them was trying to joke their way past it. But earlier in the interview, before it got there, she asked him something like, because he's a single father of 7, 8 kids or something. And she asked him do you cook for them? And what are some of the things you cook? And for some reason, it just seemed like he was annoyed with her. It didn't seem like she was trying him in that moment or before that, honest with you. It just seemed like he didn't care for how she was reacting to some things.
Maybe he felt attacked because he don't cook for his kids.
Well, he said not only that he cooks, but some of the kids have, different choices. It sounds like one of the children might be vegan. One of them does not do dairy.
Okay.
So he makes, lasagna, regular lasagna for some of the kids, and then a vegetarian one.
Well, shut me the fuck up.
And he says he makes chicken wings for everyone because niggas and
lasagna and chicken wings. That is a nigga meal.
And salad and bread.
Niggas really believe any Italian main can be a side. Niggas will put anything on the side.
That is so true. We really will put literally anything
Your
on the
whole
side.
pasta dish.
I will die. The first time I ever went to North Carolina and I went to Cookout and I walked up to the menu and realized you could get like a hot dog or something as a side, side chicken sandwich with fries. What? That's a combo. What? That's not a side.
That's the main. That's the whole thing.
Right. That's an entree. Yeah, it just seemed like he wasn't all the way feeling her. He said something to her earlier in that about just because you're a poor interviewer, don't mean because
damn.
And it was jokes, but you
really
saw
jokes,
it. Right. So I feel like by the time they got to that gnarled finger, they were over one another.
Got it.
Which is why she made that salon comment, and it went back and forth and back and forth.
I just don't know why you would say anything about anybody's hair when yours looks like that. You really asked for it. Jesus. Ooh, that's just something you did.
She called his clothes old, and of course he knew exactly where that label was,
of course,
to show you.
Oh, where, girl? Oh, whom?
She just set herself up.
She really did. She really did. But now that niggas are pulling guns.
So, Red Grant was headlining a show at a comedy club in Atlanta Wanda was one of the opening acts, I guess, or she was opening for him. She was there with her husband. And the story originally started out that Katt Williams was at the comedy show and that, like, Wanda's husband ran down on this nigga and pulled a gun out on him for what he said. And I was ready to come in here and read Wanda. To be honest, I was going to read both of them. Mm-hmm. But I was going to be like, Wanda, now, you know damn well, like, you're a comedian. You've been telling jokes for years and years and years and years. Like, you lost that roast. It was all, you know what I'm saying? But that's just, it is what it is.
Right.
She went back on the air and said that the same story that her husband told, which was that she was standing outside with her husband. Katt Williams was approaching the comedy club, saw her, made a beeline to her, and said, I told you fucking with me would make your ass viral. And that her husband basically said, go on with that shit. And that he, like, threatened to fight the husband.
Oh, well, see.
And that the husband, like, raised his shirt to show that he had a gun on his waist, and that's when Katt got to running.
Yeah. Oh, see, now I like that story a lot better.
I prefer that one.
Because it does seem unrealistic that she would send her man after Katt Williams with a gun behind that. That seems like not a realistic or I guess just not a reaction that makes any sense. Like, it's not.
I mean, I can see niggas doing it, but yes, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
And especially you being rational. A comic.
Right.
You know, like if he had gone off on like Angela Yee, I would be like, now why the fuck did you do that to Angela Yee? Like,
like,
what is your problem? Now she find a nigga to come and fight you. But Wanda's a comedian. That's what they do.
Right.
And she pokes fun at people all the time. So
that's what he gets for talking about fighting somebody now, see?
Now, he says, now I read on AJC that...
Oh, this is on AJC?
His statement, the husband, Lamar Sellers.
Wow.
He said Katt stepped to him to fight him, and he was like, well, let's get it, essentially. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
Lamar stands at 6'2", 370 whole pounds.
Oh, my God.
And so Katt decided to then run...
Why would Katt step to that man in the first place? He got a whole fucking foot on you.
Mr. Sellers.
And at least 200 pounds.
Like, Jesus. He says that he pursued Mr. Williams and that Katt's bodyguard got involved.
Yeah, I bet.
He and the bodyguard start to tussle, and he fell over, and his gun fell out after he fell over. He said he's carried a gun for 10 years. He's licensed to do so, and that he didn't have a holster on him. Sometimes he didn't remember that his gun is on him, which I always find so hard to believe. But even Plies just got arrested for having a gun at the airport or some shit like that.
I think niggas do forget they have their gun on them. Which is so far outside of my world that I just cannot comprehend.
That is crazy.
Bitch, if I had a gun on me, it would be the number one thought on my mind until it was no longer on me.
Sometimes I be having like maybe $5 in my bag and I'm like, oh, I forgot that I had some cash in here. You know what I'm saying? But a gun?
No, I've never, ever.
Anyhow, he says that he got up, put his gun back on his waist, chased Katt Williams into the grocery store, and that Katt was running through the aisles, and that at that point, Mr. Sellers noticed, I'm just reading what he said. He noticed that people were staring at that point. He didn't want to cause commotion. He says he even went back past the bodyguard and was like, look, I ain't got nothing against you. And he could tell by the bodyguard's face and demeanor that he wasn't even interested. Mm-hmm. He said he told the nigga, like, he's not even paying you enough for this. So, like...
It's not worth it.
They squashed that. Not worth it, and he went back to his wife. So, that story sounds like it makes way more sense to me. I could absolutely see Katt bumping into her and saying what he said. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why he would want to fight the husband for telling him to go on about his business.
I don't know why he would say that in front of the husband. Like, that's her husband. He is going to defend and protect her. Are you out your mind?
And he's basically your Goliath.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Substances are involved because nobody in their rational, sober mind would have done that with that man standing right there. It just doesn't, it defies all logic.
A junior varsity basketball child beat your ass in the park. Like,
so this man would have stomped a mud hole in your ass.
I'm just why.
And you knew it. That's why you took off running in the Kroger. Imagine sitting in Kroger, just picking out your baby's breakfast cereal, and here come Katt Williams' little short ass running into your cart.
Well, officer, I just had the Apple Jacks in my hand, and then, the next thing I knew, here he came. And I recognized him from the, he was that alligator man. And so, what?
Oh, what
and
a
when
mess.
he saw Tiffany Haddish at the Emmys, he like got down on his knees. They took a picture together. She was smiling, looking like Diana Ross in Mahogany with that dress on.
I love her.
And had her Emmy in hand, not giving a fuck about whatever the fuck it was that he was saying, because she has like 8 more movies that come out before the end of the year. Like, how can you give a shit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't even understand. Like, why not just go up to Wanda and be like, hey, girl, we went viral. It's all love. Give her a hug and go about your business. Like, why be nasty? So I feel like he definitely does have a chip on his shoulder.
He does.
And the fact that you just won an Emmy and people are like clapping for you and embracing you, like, just
but
enjoy
instead
that.
of being like, okay, I'm getting recognized for my talent, you're taking it as it's about goddamn time y'all started recognizing me for my talent. I'm Katt Williams, bitch, and don't forget it. And this is why everybody else getting booked is trash, and I'm not. Like, or you could just be happy that you won a fucking Emmy and that people do know. I mean, honestly, I don't understand why anybody who is wealthy complains about too much.
About most
I really don't.
Of these things.
Most things.
Keep me away from it, Jesus.
Okay? Most things that annoy you or get on your nerves, you should be able to tell yourself, I have enough money to walk away from this and not deal with it anymore. And that's just what I'm going to do.
On this radio station bragging about how you got paid $2-something million. $2
million for a show that you got paid $300,000 for. You just said that.
Just to show it.
Right.
Right? So, like, it seems to me like you should be like, girl, I don't have a care in the world.
You got them kind of bags. It ain't nothing that could press me. So getting an Emmy on top of that is just like,
I would be maybe. When he's a single father. He said he making lasagna for all the babies.
He likes being a daddy.
I'm confused.
It don't make sense. What is wrong with Katt Williams? Let's see, Katt Williams. You need to really look at yourself, look at your life and why you're unhappy with it, and investigate those reasons, because you hating on Tiffany Haddish just don't make no sense.
That's just it.
You don't even have to like her stand-up, but to say the things you said about her, like she don't, like you mad that you got an Emmy and this girl who is way undeserving got an Emmy. Like she just got here and she ain't got nothing on me and ain't nobody got my number of specials and blah, 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 all this shit. Like, or you could just be happy for your own accomplishments and your own life.
Right.
And
even
knowing that you are, right. You are so much, it's like Nicki Minaj. You are way deeper in this game. You are way more established. You do automatically get a bigger check. So like hating on the young ones for what?
I don't know. It seems like maybe some of these people get, when you're in it sometimes, especially when you've been in it for a while and then you start to feel like people are doubting you. Some people seem to take it real personal and react to it. And then others seem to be like, child, I couldn't give a fuck if I tried my best.
Right.
But I'm just thinking like being in that position and then the position that you're in right now, getting this Emmy, people are super happy for you. Even if you aren't embracing your peers and stuff like that, I just don't understand why you have to like be nasty to Black comics that are doing well and really not walking around talking nasty about people. I mean, Sanaa Lathan isn't too happy with Tiffany Haddish. But other than that, I just seem it's like, we're all good. I don't know.
It just, you don't have to act like this. And I recommend therapy, like I do to everybody in all times and at every situation. Yeah. So I think a qualified licensed therapist could help a lot here.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I've got this week for the Hot Tops, and we're going to take a break and come back. Hey y'all, today's episode is sponsored by Dwyane Oro, a sustainable jewelry brand with modern values. Dwyane Oro translates to truth and gold, which symbolizes everything they do from transparent prices to ethical diamonds, grown through solar technology. Oh Lord, you can grow diamonds with the sun. They're on a mission to make owning fine jewelry more attainable, and now with the launch of their design studio, you can customize your own engagement ring in minutes. With over 3,500 design combinations, you can customize anything from the width of your band to the style of your setting. Designed for love of all forms, the experience is fun, interactive, and inclusive, embracing both technology and progressive thinking to create modern change in an outdated industry. And once designed, your ring is 3D printed, cast, and hand set in their Los Angeles-based studio.
Yes, I even bought my own Dwyane Oro earrings because, it's about time I stopped wearing plastic things that I buy on the street.
Oh, my God.
They believe that good design is personal, so you too should be involved in the process. Head over to truthandgold.com/read to design your own ring today. That's truthandgold.com/READ. Let them know we sent you, and let's move on.
All right, it's time for letters from listeners.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may just read them aloud on the show. Last week when we had the question from the young lady who is trying to decide whether she's going to go on antidepressants and that whole conversation, we had a lot of people ask what the difference is or whether they need a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And the easy distinction is that the psychiatrist is a medical doctor.
Yes.
So they can write you prescriptions. Psychologists are PhD doctors and they can help you figure your shit out.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, you may just need a psychologist or a therapist, which not every therapist is a psychologist, but every psychologist does have a PhD. So yeah. Maybe you just need to work your shit out through therapy, and maybe you have a chemical thing going on and you may need a psychiatrist. Some psychiatrists also do therapy, so you may find one that does both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the difference. And what we are usually talking about is therapy because, of course, we are not medical doctors or any other kind of doctors. I'm just telling y'all about tools that I have learned to help me get through my shitty mental health issues.
Yeah, my psychiatrist is a therapist too.
Okay.
So I get therapy from her. And then if I want to discuss the medical side of things, I have that as well. So it's great.
Yeah.
But I went specifically because I wanted to know if I wanted a diagnosis.
Right.
So
I went to a psychiatrist because my psychologist said that it was probably a good idea.
Yeah, that happens a lot with people too. We'll go to a psychologist.
I had been in therapy for several months before she was like, you're doing good with coping better and talking to yourself and all this, and you've tried different over-the-counter methods and you're still not feeling motivated to leave the house. It may be time to go talk to the nigga about, some drugs and let's see what's up. So my psychiatrist is somebody I just go to and be like, this is how I've been feeling this month and, decide whether we're going to keep on with what we're doing or switch it up. So, but anyway, that is the main difference or the only difference, I guess.
It's the only difference. I don't know.
Between those two things, and good luck finding whichever one you may need. Now, we also have a question this week about Kingdom Hearts 3. So, of course, it is for you.
Oh my God, this is so perfect.
Okay. Cameron says, which of the new worlds revealed are you most excited to play in?
Big Hero 6.
How do you feel about the Keyblade transformation battle system?
Love it.
Which revealed member of Organization 13 are you most excited to battle against? This is I might as well be reading French.
Right, I know. I'm not sure which one I'm excited to battle against. I don't care if y'all take my stand card because I can't remember all of their fucking names. I really like the nigga with the rose petals and the scythe. And I really don't want to fight the nigga with the guitar and all of those water clones or whatever because it took me almost half my life to beat that nigga in Kingdom Hearts 2. So those two cloaked bastards, I can't wait to see. I need y'all to know that this game comes out on January 29th, allegedly. They've pushed it back after forever of not talking about it at all. But I feel solid in this date so far. So I'm going to make sure that on January 30th that we have already recorded something for you girls here because you won't hear from me at all.
Okay. So we'll tape early that week. Go ahead and mark it off now.
I don't know. I might not even be here on February 6th. To be honest with you.
You know what? That's a mess.
You won't hear anything from me. I mean it. I won't be on social media. There's a photo mode in the game, so maybe I'll share some pictures.
So funny.
Spoiler-free photos with you girls so you know that I'm still alive. But don't expect to interact with me or hear anything fresh because I will be giving my entire life to this game when it comes out. And that's the end of that.
Okay. And finally, which of the other Keyblade wielders are you excited about possibly playing as? Or do you not know, with the Oregon B613?
I mean, you've played as pretty much all of them. I want to say Kyrie because I think she's the only one you haven't played as yet. But my girl Aqua from that Birth by Sleep game, I hope she makes it out all right. Care about her a lot. Basically, she was in a game that was a prequel to the Kingdom Hearts story, and it was her and two niggas, and the entire story is basically her saving two niggas because they're stupid.
Okay.
And she's the girl with her shit together, so she has to fix everything. And of course, she, has to deal with lots of horrible shit because she tried to help man.
Okay. Well, that's sad, but predictable and common.
But hopefully it gets a great, happy ending on January 29th.
Wow. I wish I knew any of what you were talking about. But
you know what? If you can, beat and get as far into Breath of the Wild as you have, you can play anything at this
I'm going
point.
around getting all the Korok seeds now.
So
it is taking an eternity.
It's really about whether or not you would be interested in Kingdom Hearts. You probably
It's on the PlayStation?
It is.
I have a PlayStation.
You do?
Okay.
There is currently a collection with all of the games so far in it that you can get.
Okay.
And you can play some of those, and you'll look at half of it maybe similar to Sailor Moon in what kind of weird imaginative Japanese shit is this?
Okay, got it.
And then another half of it ooh, The Little Mermaid. I know them.
Okay. All right. Maybe I will do that.
Ooh, Simba. Or
I'm just really spending all my time on Breath of the Wild and Mario Kart these days.
I mean, you can take that with you wherever you go to.
Right.
So
that's the thing. The Switch
convenient.
Travels everywhere. And it's fun to play on the device just like it is fun to play on TV.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for that.
You've been warned.
That game. Okay,
You will not hear it from me at all until I finish it.
All right. Our next letter comes from Jesse, fake name. Jesse says, I am a single, almost 30-year-old gay man living in NYC. I do not date because even when you lower or remove the bar, these motherfuckers still somehow manage to be disappointing.
Damn.
I work in sales, and there is this cutie at one of the offices I visit. I was around that area last Wednesday when I got a message from a faceless profile on Grindr. We started chatting and then exchanging more photos, and after a while, he revealed himself as the cutie from the office who has been crushing on me this whole time. We exchanged numbers and texted throughout the night and a little bit the next day about how much we wanted to hang out and decided to plan something for the following week. I hit him up on Saturday to let him know that I'd be at his job the following Friday for a meeting that he will also be at and got no answer. This guy pursued me. He can't be ghosting, right? I tried again on Tuesday and got no answer. Now, of course, I'm confused, but I'm not about to get all of my feelings over this bullshit. But I have to continue to visit his office and interact with him on at least a monthly basis, and I'm not sure what my next move is. I could go in with a full suit and a fresh beard, looking fly and acting all happy and cool, but part of me hates leaving things up in the air and wants to acknowledge the situation. Should I hit him with a, hey, it's fine if you're not interested anymore, but just know I'm going to be at your job regularly, so don't be weird? Or should I just leave everything where it is and look good and act cool? The meeting is this coming Friday. What do y'all think? Love, Jesse.
This
is... Wow, ghosting is in the air.
Damn.
It's happening to the best of us.
So, Nathan is in jail. Felony, misdemeanor, trying to figure it out.
You know what? I do not think Nathan is in jail.
Nathan's homeless.
Nathan lives with Andrew.
Nathan is a ghost.
Mansford is a ghost. I really don't know. He might be in jail because, Fran swears up and down he's a felon who got caught up and now he's just terrified. And
I know there are clues.
The Lyft thing is going to, I don't know. We'll have to see on Sunday.
That's why he busted out running.
Right. Now, I do think that's why he busted out running out the Lyft. I just don't know if they actually arrested him that fast. I don't think him being arrested is an excuse because he would talk to Lyft about the incident. You're not just Lyft ain't gonna call you at jail. Yeah. They don't know your number at jail.
Yeah.
The nigga not in jail, so why is he not texting her back?
Maybe the nigga who didn't want the Capri Sun, but he drank 2 of them anyway, pressed charges.
Maybe he did.
That nigga too big to press charges.
You would think. But, I mean, if you have to go to the ER, you might be like, look, bitch.
That's true.
I'm pressing charges. Oh, you probably have to file a police report for your insurance. Oh, no. That's not how that works. Anyway.
I think somebody had a problem.
So, right, yes.
Oh,
so what should Jesse do about the young man
Take your ass back to work and ignore that nigga. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I don't understand why he pursued you and then decided to stop texting, but niggas do shit like that. Niggas do shit like that. They be wasting their time hoping their ex will get back with them, and as soon as she call, they forget everybody else. They just waste your time. It happens. But you cannot let that affect your work. So if I was you, I would walk right in there like I didn't know him either. And unless we had to speak to one another, I simply wouldn't. And that would be that. So... I
mean, I wouldn't even have an attitude at this point.
But the I just want some closure about it, and I'm going to just hit him up and be, no,
you don't.
He is giving you the closure by not responding to you, it's unfortunately. Closed. Like, it may be, it is shitty, but that silence is all the answer you need.
The door is closed.
Woo, but seriously, though, why come after me if you just going to turn around and not text me back, like...
Deciding
niggas
isn't a thing niggas do.
It just don't make no sense. Okay, let's see. This next question comes from Marissa. She says, my boyfriend and I have been together for 2 years and we are expecting a baby in December.
Aww.
He already has 2 children with another woman. However, that woman has been a bitter bitch since day one.
Oh, here we go.
Since we've been together, she has stalked my Instagram until I found out and blocked her.
Before you got pregnant?
Yeah, since they have been together.
Oh, wow.
She talks shit about me behind my back, and every time we're in the same space, she acts as if I'm invisible.
Oh, no.
On the first Thanksgiving my boyfriend brought me around, this bitch rolled her eyes and neck at me when he tried to introduce us, and then she just stormed off. I should have hit her back then, but I told my boyfriend that I feel disrespected. And that I'm not going to tolerate her rudeness towards me anymore, especially since my child will be her kid's sibling. That's valid.
God, I'm so sorry people have to go through this.
Okay, because this is just unnecessary stress.
And it's just a typical thing.
I've explained to him that we don't need to be friends at all, and she don't even have to like me because I damn sure don't like her.
Well,
but I'm not going to be made to feel like a stranger or like I should be uncomfortable in spaces where I should feel welcome and comfortable.
That sounds fair.
I've been more than patient for her to get over herself and get with the program, and he says he's done all he can and talk to her, but he can't make her be nice to me or respect me. My response was to tell him that I will no longer be around if she's going to be around.
Oh,
and if that means we got to break up, we break up. But now he thinks I'm making him choose between me or seeing his kids because he feels that if he tells her off or tells her to get lost, she will stop him from seeing them.
Oh,
I really don't have the patience or time for this petty bullshit. My question is, am I being unreasonable or too drastic? Any advice? For context, I am 25. He is 30. And this petty, raggedy, bitter-ass bitch is a whole-ass 38, a.k.a. too old to be acting and carrying on like this. Also, I do plan on putting my baby in a Reed onesie. Sincerely, Marissa. Oh, God.
Those onesies.
Everybody's baby is so cute in those.
All right. So I understand that too little too late is a thing, but...
You are dumb.
You know, it feels like if she was rude to you, this bitter, whatever it is you called her, wolf, I don't know. If she was like this, like from the beginning.
Day one.
Before your uterus was full of a person.
Yes, tell her.
Probably would have been wise to exit the situation then. Because she wasn't simply a bitter ex-girlfriend. She was a bitter, I'm never going anywhere.
Right. So, I have 2 of his kids.
I have 2 of them. Count them. You can every Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I get the 2 largest child support checks.
And that's just going to be that. You met this girl at Thanksgiving. Like, she's going to be around. And before you got pregnant, you knew that this was an issue and you decided to get pregnant anyway. Do I understand there ain't shit you could do about that right now? Yes, I do. But I say that to say you chose to have a baby with this man anyway because you wanted to have a baby with this man, I'm assuming. So it sounds like there's going to have to be lots of compromising that's going to take place from everybody involved at this point because there ain't shit that y'all can do but raise some children. And we would hope that you would raise them, you know, healthily.
Yes. That would be the overall goal here.
Now, the unfortunate part about this is that the brunt of the work needs to be done by the nigga, but then you have to expect the nigga to do work. So
you've lost.
I mean, I could put you on the list with Katt and everybody else I'm praying for tonight, but I don't know.
It's not looking good.
I don't really know. He should have been stepping in when she was rolling her neck and her eyes or whatever the fuck.
At Thanksgiving.
At those moments, you know, he should have been able to say to her, hey, look, I love this girl. I don't plan on her going anywhere anytime soon. She ain't done nothing to you. If you could kindly check your attitude, that would be great. Now he definitely needs to do that.
Right.
Because you are really not going anywhere. Even if y'all break up, it's just going to be a new you at the house for Thanksgiving, and both of y'all going to be mad at this bitch. Maybe you'll actually become friends by hating someone new together.
Maybe.
Who even fucking knows? But yeah, that man has to be the one who's going to do the work of connecting all of those fucking dots, not you, because you don't like her and she don't like you. And to be honest with you, both of it makes sense. It makes sense that she don't like your ass, and it makes sense that you don't like her.
I especially want to know how old his kids are, because if she has 2 under 4,
girl,
then there's a high chance that the grace period between him fucking her and him fucking you is very short, or even maybe overlaps a little bit.
You know what? You didn't have to bring out all that.
I'm
truth.
just saying, it depends on how old. Now, if they 14 and 11, I don't understand these feelings. But if they young, oh girl,
I would assume they're probably still quite young. Because,
I would think so.
Those sound like fresh wounds,
right?
But yeah, you know, some people hold on to shit forever. I really don't know this woman. I don't. All I know is that
we don't know either one of y'all.
There ain't really anything that she can do about the position that you play in his life. And she should know that as a 38-year-old adult, but you can't stop people from feeling the shit that they feel. All that can be done at this point is that everybody calm the fuck down. And the person who needs to calm everybody the fuck down is your baby father.
Right.
So all of that needs to be expressed to him. You don't want no drama with her. She doesn't really want any drama with you. Nobody really wants any drama. Y'all got kids to feed. So you have bigger fish to fucking fry. So he needs to understand that he is going to have to balance the feelings or whatever expressions that come out when y'all are together and when y'all are apart. Because when y'all are apart, there still seem to be, you know, Facebook messages that happen with people.
Oh, yeah. She was stalking your Instagram, so just comment.
Telling your homegirl to call you and pretend to be somebody else. Everybody needs to leave everybody alone and respect the position that y'all play. Because whether or not y'all stay together, like I said, you're always going to be around each other.
Right.
And nobody wants for these kids who are siblings to have to witness or be raised underneath all of this unnecessary petty-ass tension.
Right.
So for the kids' sake, it means you got to do a whole bunch of pride swallowing and get the fuck over yourselves and leave one another alone.
Right.
Starting with homeboy.
And if she threatens to take his kids away, he needs to tell her that she cannot legally do that. Like,
I mean, yeah, she can't.
And I know that getting the court system involved is not easy.
Nobody wants to do that.
She cannot take his kids away.
Ask us.
So that is not, you cannot do that. Like,
yeah, she can't.
And you need to she does need to grow the fuck up and at least show you basic respect. Y'all ain't got to be friends, but y'all have kids by the same nigga. These kids need to know each other so they don't end up accidentally dating or some shit. If for no other reason. I know family ties and all that too, but if for no other reason, so that something nasty don't happen. So y'all need everybody involved, all 3 of y'all, got to grow the fuck up and come to the table. Maybe not sit down together about it, but everybody has to treat.
Definitely not at first.
Right. Definitely not at first. But everybody needs to treat everybody else with mutual respect.
And it's not as hard as a lot of people
It's
think
really
it is.
not. Like, she's mad. And again, if those kids are young, I really understand why she's mad.
Me too.
But she is still going to have to get over it. Just like you are going to have to get over, your feelings about her, even though I understand your feelings about her
Me too.
solely because she is thanked towards you.
I get it.
I get it. But and he's going to have to be a man and tell her, like, look, you cannot just disrespect this woman like this, just like she couldn't do it to you. Both of y'all are his baby mamas. Y'all owe each other that basic respect for the kids. Y'all have to be the adults in the situation.
He should, when he does get them to sit down, he should be like, all right, I don't even want y'all to talk about any of the petty shit. We're going to start with, what did she say her name was?
Marissa.
We're going to start with Marissa and then say the other girl's name is Claire. And one after another, y'all talk about some of the most annoying shit that I be doing or have done. And then just let them one after the next be like, you know what? Well, sometimes you be leaving the fucking dishes in the sink with food still in it, and it's disgusting. It's unsanitary. I'll be feeling like, and next thing you know, Claire gonna be like, he does do that shit. Oh my God, I have always hated that shit. And then you got to remind him to clip his nails, bitch.
Gross.
Yet you too? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Or maybe they'll still hate each other. I don't know.
I don't know. It was nice. It's a nice thought, though.
Yeah,
so maybe.
I'm trying.
Good luck, Marissa. And to everybody else, we're going to end the questions there for this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com, and we'll be back. Thanks again to Third Love for sponsoring this week's episode of The Read. They use thousands of real people's measurements to design their bras with breast size and shape in mind so that they fit impeccably and feel even better. And now, since they've added 24 new sizes, Third Love offers the most options of any brand. It's a total of 70, and you can find your fit in 60 seconds online, order, and try at home with the Fit Finder quiz. It's actually fun. It doesn't take a long time. There's no awkward fitting room experience with that short little old lady who's fondling your titties and all that. It is the most comfortable bra you will ever own. I love mine so much. I just cannot say enough about how good it feels to just sit around the house in that bra. The labels are even tagless, so they don't itch, which is so important. I don't know why everybody is not doing that. And because Third Love guarantees a perfect fit, returns and exchanges are free and easy. Again, this bra is like the only one that I don't take off as soon as I come home, and my titties just feel good all day. It's like if they weren't so big, I could almost forget they were there, but it's just, as close as it's going to get. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they are offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Just go to thirdlove.com/read now to find your perfect fitting bra and get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/READ for 15% off today. You and the girls deserve. Let's move on.
Thanks again to Quip for supporting today's episode of The Read. If you got teeth in your mouth, we hope that you're taking very good care of them because they're important and they do things and we like them. So make sure that you have got a toothbrush that you are using twice a day for a full 2 minutes.
It's important.
And that you actually change the brush. Like there's work. Okay. Quip understands how all of this works in case you don't. So they've designed the perfect electric brush just for you. It is the new electric toothbrush that packs just the right amount of vibrations into a slimmer design at the fraction of the cost of bulkier traditional electric brushes that are all size F-150s, and you'll be feeling like carrying all that around. It's just too much. And they have guiding pulse alerts that let you know when to switch sides, making brushing the right amount effortless. Quip also comes with a mount that suctions right to your mirror and then sticks to use as a cover for hygienic travel anywhere. Let me tell you something that is important.
Whoa.
Whether it's going in your gym bag or a carry-on for some trips, and because the thing that cleans your mouth should also be quite clean, Quip's subscription plan refreshes your brush on a dentist-recommended schedule, delivering a new brush head every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping all over the whole wide world. Woo. Quip is backed by a network of over 10,000 dental professionals, including dentists, hygienists, and dental students. Most toothbrushes do not get named one of Time Magazine's best inventions of the year, but Quip did. Find out why for yourself.
Yep, Quip starts at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you'll get your first refill pack free with a Quip electric toothbrush. That's your first refill pack at getquip.com/theread. That's GETQUIP.com/theread. With Quip, it'll be love at first brush. All right, let's wrap up the show.
All right, so I know every week I say that this read is going to be quick. And then it's 25 to 35 minutes.
You do be doing that.
This week, I fully intend to get past this quickly because I don't too much care about this person. Like, I'm more annoyed than like passionately enraged.
Okay.
So Eminem is still alive and Eminem still makes music. Mm-hmm. Apparently Eminem released a surprise album called Kamikaze.
Okay.
One is surprising me because I didn't know nothing about it until way afterwards. Apparently he's also involved in some current white rap ruckus between Machine Gun Kelly and some other Caucasian people that rap, I guess. Don't care about that either.
Right.
But what I have heard the most about this album is that Eminem is taking shots at some people who have had things to say about him over the years, including Joe Budden. I guess Machine Gun Kelly was on there, and even Tyler, the Creator. Now, Tyler, the Creator, he uses a song called Fall and references Tyler, the Creator, using the word faggot.
Oh, God.
In 2018.
Jesus.
So here's the thing that really annoys me about this, right?
Yeah.
He had an interview with Sway, which, shout out to that nigga. Like, when isn't Sway at work? He mentions this line and basically says that was a word that he felt like might have been too far. And he said, in my quest to hurt him, I realized that I was hurting a lot of other people by saying it. It was one of the things that I kept going back to and going, I don't feel right with this. Yet the song came out anyway. Right. So to that, I just want to say, Marshall, you are 45 years of earthly age. 45 years old. The insult added to the injury is what really grinds my fucking gears in this situation. Not only are you too fucking grown to be talking about, oh, I just realized now on my 38th album that faggot hurts gay people's feelings.
Oh no, white people protested you a long time ago.
Bitch, you have said worse about homosexual people, about the LGBT community throughout your career.
Yes.
Far worse. Not only should you know better because you're too motherfucking old, but you have been through this. You have been called to the fucking table about your use of homophobic slurs, transphobic slurs before. You didn't give a fuck then, and you surely don't give a fuck now. I don't know what kind of white people you got behind you or sponsoring you or giving you a couple of dollars, tokens, and doubloons that you don't want to piss off or you realized you piss off, or what it was that brought you into the realization that, oh yeah, that shit really like you knew when you said it. You said you knew when you said it, and yet you said it anyway. So to come out afterwards and to say anything besides I don't give a fuck that faggot bothers people is just mind-blowingly frustrating. I just can't do it. It's like the people who are saying, like, I don't have nothing against black people and I totally, I love everyone the same. I don't see color, but Colin Kaepernick's been disrespecting the flag or whatever. Like, what are you over there talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Because everybody over here with sense, we know what's going on. We know what time it is, and bitch, so do you. So why are you trying to kick some other game to me like I'm supposed to be a dumbass on top of your niggas and your fags? Like, I don't know what it is that you want. I have not been moved by anything that Eminem has had to say for quite some time, on record or off. I've always recognized that he is an immense talent as far as making words rhyme and putting things together. You either like him or you don't. So I'm never going to act like Eminem isn't a great rapper. Eminem has gotten as far as he has in rap because he's a great rapper. Nicki Minaj, this is someone who you can say came into the culture because he's not a nigga, okay? He came in and maybe struggled a little bit at first. He had a whole bunch of niggas from Detroit behind him anyway, and he got through because we've said it. You had to admit that he can rap. But, I feel like now as a 45-year-old nigga with a child, like, Haley's like a grown-ass adult now.
Haley's like 20.
Ain't she like in college or graduated college?
Let me look it
like,
up
she's
real quick.
fully an adult woman. Like,
yeah.
So, like, you're
22. Yeah. That's grown.
You somebody's whole full ass daddy.
Right.
Okay. Who has used shocking, disrespectful, offensive language in your music already, like throughout a good portion of your career as a way to like drum up whatever sort of press and media and attention. And while I'm sure a lot of this has to do with you being like, fuck it, y'all hoes are gonna learn to stop talking about me and whatever, I'm not trying to hear you or anybody else over 11, honestly, like say anything to me about, well, I didn't know that gay people don't like to be called faggot. I did not know that. Shut up and make your fucking music and shut the fuck up. That's it. I'm tired of your fucking shit. Stop trying to act like you felt bad or you regretted saying that shit. You didn't give a fuck when you said it. You knew gay people weren't gonna like that shit when you said it. And you don't give a fuck now. So say that. Because surprise, surprise, most of hip-hop and the people who are putting money behind hip-hop don't give a fuck about our gay asses either. So you think that if you would have been like, girl, I don't have nothing to say about that because I said what I said and I don't care, that would have somehow change the trajectory of what was going to happen for you. Girl, don't nobody care. Nicki Minaj just called us sissies, and the sissies are reciting the line. So
they love it. What you mean?
And women can't get away with shit in rap or outside of rap. So if you think that Cardi B can have somebody on her motherfucking Facebook posting up the T word in reference to transgender people, and we still out here lollygagging and laughing and playing I like it, girl, you can stop trying to act like we're fucking dumb, because most of us are quite smarter than you. Other than that, I just want to say that I heard Netflix is working on a live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I would like to say that we've been through this before. This is not a read. This is just a word of caution. M. Night Shyamalan put us through hell.
What?
M. Night Shyamalan's The Last Airbender is arguably one of the worst films to come out in modern day cinema. God. Possibly one of the worst films ever.
Oh my
Definitely God. One of the worst film adaptations of anything.
Really? It's all this?
It is wretched. They mispronounced mad people's names wrong. A lot of the effects look terrible. And then they whitewashed like damn near the whole ass cast.
Oh,
anyway,
no. I'm sorry.
I read about this. I read that the original creators, or the creators of the original Last Airbender, are the ones behind this. And someone from Netflix said that they are dedicated to making sure that they get the right vision. The creator says we are not whitewashing a motherfucking thing, and we're going to make sure that this is done right. And please do. I still watch the Avatar Last Bender series. I have it on Blu-ray. One of my favorite animated shows. It's just a really great story. The Legend of Korra was great too. So just let's keep it up, and let's not make a mistake that M. Night Shyamalan already had to get cussed out for.
Right.
All right. Let's not do that again. Let's check off all of the boxes and let's do something great here. So I don't even know why they didn't just do a Korra series. Like, instead of, I don't know. But if they do this well.
There you go.
If they do this well, I'll be really, really excited. Because had M. Night done it well, it could have been dope. But he was just like, oh, fuck y'all liking nice things. I'm just going to ruin this. And I've still been carrying around that wound because I enjoy it. So I just want to say I heard about this, and I'm looking and I'm watching, and I will have a microphone in front of my face probably when this shit comes out. So
Lord God.
Let's hope I have nice things to say about it when it does. I will hope so. And that's it for me.
I hope you do too. Now, you know I don't know nothing about them damn movies, so.
Well, Avatar was a show on Nickelodeon.
Oh, The Last Airbender?
Yeah, The Last Airbender. It was a really, really good story. And it's kind of like the story about Beyonce, but they don't want to tell you it's about Beyonce, so they just made like some fictional characters, and we appreciate it.
Literally, the only reason I know what The Last Airbender is because of that video. What, did you make that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I definitely didn't make that.
Seemed like something you would make.
But when that Standing on the Sun visual came out, it was like she was admitting, yes, I am The Last Airbender. I do harness all the elements. And
the fact that y'all immediately went to it. Y'all were like, oh, this is she.
Water, air, fire, earth.
No, she did do it.
She did that.
No,
she did
really
that.
Did.
So like, my God. So yeah, I think it would be cool if they do it right. I'm excited to watch it. I just wanted to mention it.
Okay. Well,
I'm finished.
All right. Good luck to them. I am also going to be pretty brief this week. I just want to address two things that are on my heart, and then I'll be out of here. Well, first, I want to thank Beyonce and my family and friends for making my birthday weekend so incredibly special.
I learned how to play spades. Sort of. Almost.
Sort of. Oh, God. I'm not talking about that night. You know what? Never mind. I just became filled with shame. I just became filled with shame. Yep. Anyway. Second thing that I wanted to talk about. Earlier today, my best friend who I have never met, Angelica Ross, who plays Candy on Pose, tweeted something that just immediately struck me, and I felt like I wanted to talk about it on the show. She wrote, "Black man tells me 9 times out of 10, if he tells a black woman that he deals with trans women, they won't want to deal with him. I've heard this more times than I can count, and I find this to be common. This is one of the ways in which cis women help marginalize trans women."
Woo!
Now, this was a hard truth for some of you girls to swallow.
Angie! Which tea is this? Is that a chai? Is this?
Man.
Lavender?
And, and there are a lot of people who are engaging with this tweet who are saying, you know what, I just feel like that's my personal preference, and I don't know why that means I can't be y'all's ally, and just because I feel that way don't mean I wouldn't ever support you. And the thing is, like...
People are so funny.
They are, because the thing is, a lot of you really feel like you are on the side of right and good, and you believe that trans people should not be, denied jobs and housing and murdered and all this. Like you feel like you believe all that. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to trans people being that close to your life, or you having to actually acknowledge the internal biases that you have against those people, suddenly it's like, oh, no, don't come for me. I'm a nice person. Like it ain't nothing. I just, I don't want to fuck nobody who fucked one of y'all, but I mean, no offense, right? Like, okay, so here's the thing.
Oh, man.
First of all, trans women are women. I understand a lot of you get hung up.
Stop lying! Like that part, the girls just can't. They cannot just accept that.
They cannot. I mean, and maybe because over on this side of things in the girl world, it is very common to fuck people of all kinds of genitals, and like it's not.
Women are freer to express their sexuality.
And I feel like over in straight cis world, you don't really do that. Like maybe you make out with girls in college, or you fucked around a couple times in college, but for the most part, like that is not accepted of the men, and they would never be able to be open or about that in any way. And they also wouldn't like ever be with a trans man for the same reason. Like they have these same internalized, whereas I feel like in the gay world, we are a lot, but not totally good, because a lot of the most transphobic people are L, G, and B. So
that's true.
A lot of them.
That's true.
So, but I just feel like for the most part, we are better about this than the straight cis girls.
Right.
I just need y'all to understand that you feeling that way. Understand that I'm saying this to you with like kindness and gentleness, because I want you to get it. It is either about homophobia, biphobia, or transphobia. It's about one of those three things. And you have to really sit with yourself about it and unpack what it is you feel about that. Like maybe you feel like, oh, well, I don't want trans people to be victimized in any way, but I still feel like, a trans woman is really a man. Or maybe you feel like a man who is attracted to a trans woman, even after he finds out she's trans and maybe pre-op or whatever, is attracted to men, or that makes him gay.
Oh my God, that's not how it works.
And so now...
niggas think that.
Right, no, they do. A lot of people actually do think that. And what gay
wonder
means...
why Trey don't care about you.
It's like... Really, in the grand scheme of humanity, y'all, there are billions of people on this earth. Most of our sexuality falls somewhere in a gray area.
Why is that so hard to understand?
Most of us are attracted to people without ever knowing what their genitals look like. Period. That whoever you're attracted to, that presentation of that person, that is who you're attracted to. And so I don't understand why we have to get so deep in our feelings about genitals that we decide that men who sleep with somebody who doesn't have the same genitals we do means that there's no way they could be attracted to us or really into building an emotional connection with us, or maybe he'll leave me for a nigga one day, because I like that. Y'all have all of that going on in your mind, like all of these biases that are coming up when you say shit like this.
Just don't act like you're not ignorant.
Right. And the thing is, you're not just, oh, well, see, it would be one thing if y'all felt this way and kept it to yourselves, but like racists, you don't. You never just keep it to yourselves.
Right.
You tell niggas, oh, if I found out that you dated a woman who was trans, I wouldn't be with you, or I would leave you, or I would feel like that's nasty and I would fuck with you. Right. And that contributes to a culture that hates and vilifies trans people. Trans women are... like, it's not safe to be on the streets. I think there was a young lady in Philly a couple weeks ago who was murdered. I think her name is Shantae, who had just celebrated a birthday. And I think there have been 21 murders of trans people already this year. And most of those, surprise, surprise, are Black women.
No shit.
So when you say this shit, you contribute to a culture that already hates these women and already puts them in such dangerous positions where their life expectancy is like 41 or some shit because they cannot even be trusted to like not even that they can't be trusted, but they can't trust that they can go out into the world without niggas attacking them for being who they are. That's what you're contributing to when you do this. So like, it would be so much better if you could just take all those biases you have and realize that's your own shit and do your internal work while not spreading them around. Like, handle your own shit because we all have our own shit to overcome. Yep. But in the meantime, you have the responsibility of not spreading hate. You do. You have it if you claim to be an ally, like most of y'all do. Now, if you don't, and you like, bitch, I ain't never cared about trans people, then you probably don't give a fuck about none of what I just said.
Right.
Well, that's on you.
That is on you.
But if you claim to be an ally, then you at least owe trans people that much. So.
And what gags me about it as well is that then y'all be so shocked to find out the niggas be out here on the DL. Like I'm
no
sorry.
wonder they don't.
Like, and again, I feel like you should be honest with, you know, the person that you are in a relationship with or that you're sleeping with and things like that, I guess. You know, not I guess, I get it is what I meant to say. Mm-hmm. But when you are, this is, I feel like another reason why I said I feel like niggas don't believe in like bisexual men or men that are whatever. Don't. Because it's like, how the fuck, I might as well just be gay. Because if I tell women, you know, cisgender straight women that I am attracted to men or I'm attracted to trans women, then, oh, you gay and I'm not fucking with you. It's like, well.
If you attracted to anything other than another cis woman who looks, you know, something like she does, then something is wrong with you.
Right.
Period. That's how they feel about it. Like, and y'all, that's not. And then you wonder why men date trans women and don't tell anybody that. Or you wonder why they date gay men. You wonder why any man who doesn't fit within your perfectly straight, cis, het, you know, normative bullshit. You wonder why they don't tell you about it. Girl, because you let them know they will be rejected. What the fuck?
And you getting in that fucking group text on top of that to talk about it. Don't act like you're not.
It's so stank. And it's so terrible. So thank you so much, Angelica, for bringing it up. Y'all go follow Angelica Ross on Twitter. She don't suffer nobody's bullshit. I love her so much. We'll stand for the rest of my days. And to wrap it up, I just want to say really quickly, I don't understand why you niggas who fucked up in relationships can't just accept that and move on. I don't understand that, but I'm gonna need you to.
Well, that's my time, girls. Just gonna close this MacBook, pack this stuff up, and go on about my day.
Here's the thing. Most of us, not me, I can't speak from personal experience, but a lot of you, we get a lot of letters from people who have fucked up with somebody that you really loved, or more commonly, somebody who really loved you.
Woo!
Somebody who was really down for you when you were at some of your lowest moments. Wow. Somebody who carried you through and sacrificed their own resources and time and health and energy for your good.
Just gonna call my Lyft.
Somebody who was, what you realize now in hindsight, the actual real down motherfucker you needed in your life. But you played them in God only knows what way. Most of you cheat. Or you lie about something that was massive, like the number of kids you have. Or, you know, you put your hands on somebody. Or anything else that you do that would cause that person who loved you so much and was so down for you to never speak to you or never fuck you or never be in a relationship with you again. Whichever one of those three it may be, or a combination of them, or whatever. You caused that person to cut you off. And now that you have realized how much your life sucks without this nigga, you are so deep in your feelings and you just cannot, there's no swimming out them bitches. You cannot stop yourself from calling me, texting me, emailing me, creating new Instagram accounts to leave comments on my shit. You cannot help yourself from getting in touch because you are just so hurt that you lost out on a good ass bitch. But here's the thing. You have to let go of the guilt you feel about how bad you fucked up. Because I'm speaking for me and anybody else who is feeling me right now. We are the fuck over it. We're moving on, girl. We feel great. Life is good. Great things are popping over here. Growth is happening. A bitch is getting, her shit together. I'm doing great, love. You enjoy. Okay? You enjoy. You let go of the guilt that you feel around fucking up what you had. Because, yes, it is understandable that you feel very bad about it. But you have to let that go so that you can move on with your life without me. Because I will not be a part of it. I will not be your partner. And there is nothing else to talk about. Period. Niggas just need to let it go. It's too many niggas who have fucked up and cannot accept that they fucked up. And no matter how many times you tell them that, they will keep coming back. Oh, it might not be the next night. It might not be 2 weeks later. But eventually that nigga will come sniffing around again. Like, just wanted to see if you was lonely yet. No, nigga, I'm not.
I'm actually so fine.
You fucked up and I'm doing great. Please move on.
My money and hard work keeps me plenty company. And
that's really it. Honestly, I go home to my apartment and I love that bitch. I call my friends over and we have fun. We drink and smoke and play games. And I go out and I travel for work and I do all these amazing things and meet all these incredible people. Fuck you mean? I got niggas I text when I'm in their city. I don't know what you're talking about. All right.
Well,
so that's just one for all of you who fucked up and can't get over the fact that you did. You're just going to have to. And that is going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Make sure you follow us on social media at This Is The Read. Our website is thisistheread.com. Tickets for our upcoming fall 2018 tour are at thereadlive.com.
That is where they are, honey. And you can buy what's left and come on out and laugh and so on and such.
Yes.
With us.
Philly, we'll see y'all next month.
That should be fun.
Do you have any other news this week?
I don't have any additional news this week.
Okay.
I don't. I'll just say shout out to Bert and Ernie. I always knew. I'm so happy to.
Oh my God, that was almost my read too. In fact, maybe I'll just do that next week.
Maybe. I mean, why not?
Because again, you know what? It falls in line with. Anyway, sorry.
I just always knew that, Bert was like a fresh out of the closet verse top. Mm-hmm. And that had a lot to do with his agitation.
Most tall light-skinned niggas are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Ernie, however, was living his life as it was golden. You know what I'm saying? He was quite happy and proud to be
He was. He loved being black.
He loved his rubber ducky, you're the one. He was just full
serenaded that nigga.
Of happiness. And he was actually the end to Bert's Yang. So happy to see them still together and out in the world with us.
Even though, Sesame Street is not having it. Or whoever these people are talking about Bert and Ernie or not.
Did you make Bert and Ernie? No, bitch. So.
You can kiss my ass.
I guess it's late.
We always knew them niggas was gay. We knew when we was kids.
And we loved them anyway.
Right. Grown men sharing a bed.
Beat it.
All right. Anything else this week? Do we have an acronym?
No, we don't have an acronym this week. I'm just going to say, prayers up for everybody who needs one this week and can't wait for the new season of Stranger Things, not starring Drake.
Oh, gross.
Stop doing that shit, man.
Yeah, that nigga's on watch.
Text her daddy and be like, "Now, man, you can keep them niggas away from my girl now," or something like that. I don't know.
No, if you want to text a minor, text Adonis. Text his mama. FaceTime that nigga. What is you doing?
Text Millie's mom and be like, spoilers? I don't know.
Anything.
Talk to her. That's just.
Yeah, it's gross.
Anyways.
All right, let's get out of here.